Dad.
Oh, hey Broly.
I want to be a YouTuber.
What? I didn't even know you watched YouTube. Who do you watch?
Mr. Beast.
Classic.
Chad.
Love her. She's funny.
Jake. Paul.
I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
Maybe I can work for you.
I mean, I do need a writer.
Come on, Dad, please.
I don't know. All you do is sit around and lick your ass all day. And you don't even have dumps. And you're 3.
3.5.
Still.
But that's like 30 years old in human years.
Look, I appreciate the offer, but the answer is no. I'm sure my fans are understanding of, the complicated balance of work and family and personal matters, and are more than willing to wait a month or 2 or 3 for a video, right?
Bitch.
So it's been about 2 months since the last video came out, and you may be wondering, where am I? Is there more content? Do you hate me? But I assure you that, the channel is still going strong. And over the next few minutes, I'll just explain, the state of the channel, where it's heading, and what you can look forward to in the future. First off, of course, I want to thank everyone for getting us to 20,000. That number is crazy when it comes to YouTube. I mean, when you hear 20,000, that basically means like you need to commit. That's kind of like that number where you were like, oh my God, like this can be a career and I can make money off of this. And it's incredible. And I don't want to take it for granted. So thank you, especially to our big fans like Celine, Denzel, Gilly, Nova, Ray. These are just names I see all the time. Mom and Dad, of course, big fans. And of course, everyone who watched the 10K video where I kind of went into more detail about me, my partners, just kind of everything. So if you're actually interested in just kind of the whole about me Q&A, you can go ahead and watch that. So in my 10K video, I was currently working on the Philadelphia video. And since then, counting that, I've made 13 new city videos, including some smaller content here and there. Some of those have blown up. Some of those are sitting at 1,000 or 2, nothing significant. But overall, I'm very happy, very satisfied with, what the videos are and what they contain. I've mentioned before that I'm just very fortunate to have a channel with content that's very clear. I mean, there's infinite cities in the world that I can cover, and the format works. And all I have to do is basically cover every city in existence, and I will never run out of content. So I need to take advantage of that, of course. For the last 5 videos, I've actually had my sister Allie co-write it. And when I say co-write, I mean write 90% of it, and I kind of go in there and add a little bit of my flavor to it at the end. And it's been a very successful transaction. However, it's just so impossible to balance work, family, and this side hustle. And that's talking about me and her. Me, who has a full-time job that I love and constantly have to make content for, as well as a 9 and 7-year-old, then my sister, who has a 1-year-old and has her own job as well. So, but as long as this channel just isn't at that level, it's not going to become a priority. But besides me and my sister, I am looking into getting an actual writer who, went to school for it, does it professionally on the side. And if I can kind of like lock someone down who can get me a script once or twice a month, that'd be amazing. But as for now, the consistency just isn't there. The priority isn't there. So I just, that's how it's going to be for now. In between covering cities, there's always room to do other kind of content, experiment. I don't expect any of these videos to get views, and the proof is kind of there if you look at the other videos I've done. It's always fun to just try something new, experiment. I think of these very random little details that come about restaurants or trails or something like that. And, I can usually make a cool, fun little video for 3 or 4 minutes just talking about it. So I always have ideas like that I might squeeze in between cities while writing those. But, the cities are the moneymaker and what everyone subscribes for. So that will be the majority of the content. I had a subscriber ask, Ray, he said, why don't we cover cities outside the US? I always wanted to alternate between like US cities and then outside the US cities. And I quickly learned from the first few that they just don't perform well. Like the demographic wants to see US cities and I want to get views. So that's just kind of how it goes. But I do genuinely want to cover cities outside the US. It's fun to research and explore. And of course, it's very different. It's challenging, but it does intrigue me and it is something I want to do. So the Canadian cities have worked. It's not the US, but it's basically the same thing. But like the Toronto video is doing well. The Vancouver video hasn't really done anything. There seems to be some interest in Montreal. So I'll try to find that balance. But of course, I'm going to do whatever performs best. And for now, that's US cities. I've also, post these surveys on the community tab where I compare cities and people vote for the US cities over the other cities that are not in the US. So I'm just going to basically let the fans decide at this point. Maybe one day I'll just put up 4 foreign countries and just see which one wins. But yeah, if you watch a bunch of these videos, you might have noticed they change in sets. Sometimes I'm in this scary dark room by myself. Sometimes I'm in a very normal looking space. I like to think this space is normal looking because this is my new permanent space. I finally moved into a house that has room. I have my own office. I'm not sharing like the kitchen or the living space with everyone because that's basically what I've done forever. I'm finally in my own space. I have my own gear. I have my own echoey room, but having all this gear, having a space, this is very nice because the gear is pretty much up at all times. So when it's time to shoot, it's a very easy process as to compared what I've done up until this place. So that can help get some content out for sure. Still talking about the content, you might have noticed the difference in like durations, like the Chicago videos, like 36 minutes, 40 minutes for DC, 33 for Vancouver. And then on the other side of the scale, you see Atlanta at 18, San Diego at 22, and just everything in between from like 15 minutes to 40 minutes. I put down places and I write about them, and sometimes it's 40 minutes, sometimes it's 15 minutes. And I am trying to find a good sweet spot there. I have experimented by purposefully trying to get like 20 minutes even, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and a few of each just to kind of compare and see what are people clicking on. I don't think the results are very obvious or definite. I'm thinking just reaching for the 20-minute mark or the 20s. I think like that 30, 40, just a 3 or a 4 in the beginning. I think that scares people. They're about to commit into like a whole essay. It's hard to read. I mean, my favorite content creators are like video essayers and they make like 30, 40, 50 minutes, even an hour. Like when Emp Lemon or Lemino drop a 50-minute video, I get stoked and I'm ready to watch like every second of it. But my demographic is just people searching what to do in cities, and I don't think they want to see that. They just want to see 10, 20, something like that. So I think I might start being more strict about that. Obviously, when I cover New York or LA, I'm gonna have to make it 30 or even 40 minutes long. Like the Chicago video, I think that's a necessary amount. It's Chicago. It's so huge, cultural. I think 36 minutes is totally fine, but maybe I don't need a 40-minute video about DC. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep listing things I like, write about them, and post it, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, lastly, there is merchandise I'm working on. I've actually got all 4 designs done. They're going to represent every section I do the video. So there's tourist, there's I don't know my own content. There's the nature, there's drinks, like nightlife, and then of course the restaurants. And so I worked with Bree from Bree Ready on Instagram, and she whipped out these 4 banger designs, and I'm gonna put them on a t-shirt and I'm gonna sell them. Now, the thing is, I don't wanna use like those websites where you upload the design, they put it on a shirt and they print them to order. A lot of people do that. That's totally good and it works economically, but I'm a big fan of shirts. I love like a good quality, heavyweight cotton t-shirt. And I specifically love this company called Comfort Colors. If you bought merchandise from a YouTuber or like a brewery or a tourist place, there's like a very slim chance you would actually own one of these shirts. The label looks like this. They make a heavyweight blend that I just absolutely adore. I actually go to Goodwill and just seek these out because people get rid of them because whatever random designs on it, but just the blend, fit, everything just feels so good. I love them. And I want to work with a local printer here in Austin who is going to put these designs on these shirts, and I'm going to hold them. They're going to be inventory stock. Obviously, the problem with that is that I have to buy a bunch of shirts and keep them. And you know, the audience isn't there where I'm just going to like sell out or anything, but I really want to make something I like, I can wear, I can sell to people and be like, not only when you buy this, you're representing us, but you have a way to support me that isn't just watching my videos or making a Patreon for no reason. You know, you can buy merch, enjoy something I enjoy, and be part of the family or whatever the hell you want to call this. The only reason I haven't done that yet is because I have to probably drop like 3 or 4 grand on that. So I'm going to let the year roll over, make sure our taxes are all good. And then once we got the money, I'm just hoping just in January or whatever, we could pull the trigger. We were going to print out, you know, a few dozen of each design, different sizes, different colors, and they'll be available on a website that I actually already have the website. So the website's ready. I just need to get the product so I can sell it to you. So anyway, thanks again for 20,000 and I'll see you later.